This is a video to introduce Resole's latest edition, their premium sole protectors. Opening up the packet, you can see it contains sole protectors. It also includes traction pads and alcohol wipes, which are essential in removing all the leftover grease and oils left on the shoe. This is important because anything left on the shoe of this nature will cause the sole protector to not stick down properly. So for this video we'll be using the Yeezy Boost 350 V1 in the Oxford Tan colourway. As you can see, there's quite a lot of dirt on the bottom. This is important to remove because otherwise the sole protector won't stick. This is one that I cleaned up earlier, and as you can see the sole protector's stuck quite well to it. So if you are using a pair that have previously been worn and do have dirt on the bottom, it is important to remove that. So what we're going to do with this pair is I'll show you how I remove it. When cleaning the sole of your shoe, you want to use a stiff bristled brush. This will help to get all of the dirt off. However, this pair wasn't too dirty, and I found that a sponge just worked quite well for me. So I actually managed to remove quite a lot of the dirt on the bottom of the shoe, and the pair started to look quite nice. It's also important to get all the dirt and oils off the midsole, as this will help the sole protector stick down for a longer period of time. You're also going to want to dry the shoe very well, otherwise the sole protector again won't stick due to residue. I even just finished off this process by using a heat gun. So now that the sole of the shoe is completely dry, you're going to want to use one of the alcohol pads provided in the pack to clean any excess oils or grease from the bottom of the shoe. When doing this, it's also important to wipe the midsole, as this is also where the sole protector sticks. For a short while the sole of the shoe will appear wet, however this dries within a few seconds, and I even used the heat gun on this occasion. So now going back into the packet, we'll pull out the sole protector and trace the area that we need to cut out. When you see the sole protector, you will notice that there's two sides. There's a shiny side and a matte surface on the other side. When tracing, you want to have the matte side facing up, as the shiny side is actually the side that sticks to the sole of the shoe. When tracing the outline of the shoe, it's best to leave a centimetre either side, as this will give you more room to work with when sticking the protector to the sole of the shoe. Again, when cutting out the protector, you don't have to be that neat. None of the pen will actually show up when it's stuck to the shoe, as it's the other side of the material that you use. When it comes to actually installing the sole protector, it's important to take your time and make sure it's done correctly. It's also key to use a lot of pressure when applying the protector, as this will help the film stick to the shoe better. So when I use the protector on my own shoes, I prefer to start this way by adding as much pressure as possible at the bottom, which gives it a good base to stick down. And then as you can see with my fingers going between the grooves on a Yeezy, it's quite a difficult process, especially on a Yeezy, because there's a lot of small grooves and small areas that need covering. The best way I've found of applying the sole protector is running your finger up the middle and applying pressure to the middle more than the sides, as this allows you to squeeze the air bubbles out of either side. I also suggest putting a few little slits about halfway up the protector, as this will help the flexibility of the protector and also help stick it down, especially on the tricky bits in the middle. So when applying the protector, it's important to squeeze out as many air bubbles at each side. As you can see here, I do this by running my fingers along each groove. It's important not to do this when it's hot, as this can tear the material, and it's preferred to roll your fingers across to squeeze the air bubbles out instead. So this is actually the most important step in the whole process. You're going to need a heat gun for this, and by using a heat gun it allows the adhesive properties of the plastic film to bond to the sole of the shoe. This creates a strong seal between the sole and the sole protector and makes sure that the sole protector is stuck down well. As you can see here, I run my fingers down the bottom and it sticks very well. So you're going to need to repeat this process over and over until the full protector is secured to the bottom of the shoe. So when towards the top of the sole protector, it's important to get a good bond between the sole protector and the sole. I do this by heating the outside and pressing it down firmly. This is an important process because the harder and firmer you press down on this, the longer your sole protectors will stay on. As you can see here, the sole protector is stuck to the sole very well and there's not a lot of air bubbles in there. This pair actually came out really well. As you can see, it's quite difficult to see the sole protector when it's on the shoe. This provides a very subtle way to protect your shoes. So the final step is adding the traction pads to the bottom of the shoe. This will help to increase grip. Without the traction pads, the shoes can be quite slippery, especially when wet on different surfaces. In the pack you'll receive a total of 4 traction pads, which are 10 centimeters long. We recommend 2 for each shoe, and it's completely up to you how you put these on the shoe. As you can see here, I'm pointing out the areas of wear on the shoe. This is the best position to place the traction pads, as this will actually prevent wear in the future on the shoe. Everybody has their own walking patterns and different people have different areas of wear on their own shoes. In this example, I actually cut these traction pads to different sizes to maximise the area covered by the traction pads, so this will help me to not slip, especially in the winter weather when it's wetter and floors tend to be a little bit slippier. When applying these, it's important to use the heat gun again, as this will increase the adhesive properties in the traction pads and help them to stick down better and therefore lasting for a longer period of time. So in the end, this pair actually turned out really well. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. All our products are available at www.resoleuk.com to purchase, or just click the link on the screen.